Welcome, strategy gamers, war gamers, grognards, anyone else. We're going to be looking at Headquarters World War II with the new, basically the new DLC that's been added to it, which is, if we just go across into campaign, actually, this will then sort of show it in through here. So down in the bottom through here, we do actually have Headquarters World War II, Operation Market Garden is the new DLC, so you can actually pick that up for this game. I really like this game, like in terms of so much of what it does do. It's one of these games that I do have some negatives about it, and I do want to go through those as well. And the negatives have not really been fixed up, because if you've been watching any of my content, and please like and subscribe if you do like the sort of content that I put together. The one thing I love about gaming is procedural maps and procedural generation, even if it means less cohesion usually with the actual way that a game is played or the way it sort of does come through. I'll accept that for having random maps. I just really like it. I always rate games that have got procedurally generated maps, or even just a way of sort of handling that, so much higher than games that are structured through various campaigns and scenarios. And to be honest, like Headquarters World War II is very firmly in a great game if you do like scenarios, campaigns, curated scenarios essentially for the actual game itself. But it frustratingly has a very promising procedural generation system as well, but it doesn't quite deliver, and it hasn't been improved, unfortunately, that aspect with this particular one. But it's still my preferred way of playing the game. Is even with all of its issues and so on and so forth, the actual if we just go back out again, just go and quit back out of there. If we go into like a skirmish mode in through this other side, I can go across and play. Actually, I think I'm in the right spot. I can actually go to the map generator, generate a random map. Very nicely done. I really do like that about this game. But then the actual way that it actually then sort of builds up the actual content just isn't polished. Nowhere near like the like what it could be. So I'm always hopeful with these games that at some point this is going to get the love and attention that I think it's going to need. And I'm going to be like I'm going to sort of deviate off here a little bit and talk about some games that have improved incredibly in this regard. And one game in particular, another one that is also handled through Slytherin, is Panzer Corps 2. The random maps in Panzer Corps 2 can be very engaging, and so it can be done. It can be done, guys. It can be done. But in this case, the random maps in here are sort of halfway there, but just not quite. And so, because like my typical go-to would be to play a generated map and do it that way, but it just doesn't have the control that a game like Panzer Corps 2 does actually have in that regard. And I always like giving kudos to games like Panzer Corps 2, because Panzer Corps 1 was purely set up to be handled through scenario. They didn't have the AI in it to be able to handle anything other than triggering as something rolls forward. So they could not have random maps in Panzer Corps 1. Panzer Corps 2, though, was actually built from the ground up with an AI player. And initially, I've got to say, initially the AI player had a lot of problems, and it was very hard. It took a long time for Panzer Corps 2 to really hit its stride in the regard of being able to rely fairly effectively on an AI system. And I'm guessing some of you would argue that it still hasn't really even hit the mark that it needs to hit with that in that regard. But I still rate that game extremely highly in terms of a randomly generated war game. For me, it's probably the pinnacle. I really can't think of anything that in a war game sort of system, or war game-ish system, that I would rate highly, other than more pure games like Shadow Empire, which is not a World War II style game, but I'm sort of thinking of terms of World War II style games. But I think that Shadow Empire, again, another Slytherin game. Slytherin do so many of these games, I've got to say. But I'm trying to think. There must be others that are like where Shadow, like in the realm of Shadow Empire, where you do actually have random maps and incredible systems of combat. And of course, even before that, you had Advanced Tactics Gold by the same developer. VR Designs, or Vic, the actual lone developer, basically that builds Shadow Empire, who had done an incredible job again with Advanced Tactics Gold, which is still being updated, by the way. So how long have we spent? We've spent 5 minutes rabbiting on about other games at the expense of the one thing we are going to be talking about, which is of course Operation Market Garden for Headquarters World War II. So, do I recommend Headquarters World War II? Yes, I do. I really do like the base game. Do I recommend the DLC? Yes, I'm really finding that quite engaging as well in terms of having sort of a scripted system. But I really hope at some point that they spend the time to really hone this skirmish system that they've actually introduced into it. This for me is so exciting with the possibilities, but and it's not disappointing with where it is, but it's just not there. It's so easy to defeat the enemy, and the way you defeat the skirmish enemy is essentially just to end up with some fairly cheap frontline troops, and then just use artillery in behind that to dominate everything. And so that's sort of why, in one sense, they have to try to figure out how they can do something within their existing system that will then sort of work for skirmish. But at this point in time, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's not as if I'm saying it's poor. It's just not as good as it could be, and the new DLC doesn't, the releases around this new DLC haven't really enhanced that much at all. But the actual map generation system I really quite like, but just the way that the game is played in that skirmish mode, not great. But it is a very pure game at its heart. Again, like Panzer Corps, very, very pure. So I do, I'm sort of highlighting all these games, these Slytherin games, essentially, to sort of just try to give some context. One of the things I like to do with these videos is to help, if you guys are trying to make a decision about a game, hopefully, the experience that I've had with them will actually help you think, even with all the things you're saying that are negative, I'll still grab it. Or maybe it will be something where it's important for you. Like if it's not important for you to have procedural generation, grab the game. It is awesome. If procedural generation is important to you, like it is for me, then maybe have a look at some of the other games. But this, as I say, it's done pretty well. Let's just play a little bit of the campaign and get into it. It's now 7.5 minutes and we still haven't got into it. Actually, let me spend the next 20 seconds complaining that the German forces, if you do play them in skirmish mode, do not have German-sounding accents. They're all British. Right, we're now at 8 minutes in, so let's go back to the campaign. I have been playing this one a little bit. Maybe what I'll do is, this one into here. You've got like 8 curated missions, sort of going through. So the road to Valkenswaard in through here. It's Valkenswaard. I'm not sure what that one actually is. So, and then across, battle at Nijmegen, the bridge there, a bridge too far, I guess. And et cetera, all the way through to Operation Berlin. What we'll do is we'll leave. I'll actually just load up the one that I've been playing because I do have a bit more equipment that's come through. There's a fair bit more equipment that's been added into the game with this particular DLC, so they're certainly getting some additions. I can't remember the exact numbers, but there are you got 8 maps, and I forget how many different types of units are now coming in as well. Let's just quit back out of that one and just go and load in a game. Load game. Yep, here we go. So I've played this one a little bit. I'll just load that one up. Actually, I like this. You can save hide the auto saves, etc. But as I say, I do recommend the game. I do like it a lot. I like what it does. And it's just that procedural generation that's a little bit off. So I won't play for long. I just wanted to sort of show what the game does. It's the reason that there's a lot of the maps are fairly simple and fairly easy, and there should be a community that's building up maps for it. And I haven't really had a good look to see what's available online to play with the game, because the map building and map generation is super simple. Like, it really is very simple. You can see there's nothing that's not in a grid, in a tile grid. It literally is just square tiles, the ground. So you can sort of see through there. Like, if I sort of zoom back out, you'll notice that, and if I rotate around, you can now see everything is just laid out in a grid pattern, which is very simple. It's simplistic almost, the way it sort of does handle these different sorts of things. It's the actual game itself is also not complex in terms of learning what things do and how they work. It's got very good information. So maybe I'll spend more time talking about these aspects of the game, just because I know that sometimes war games can be super complex. To the point where it's almost frustrating, because you've got to learn about all these myriad units. But this is a very easy game to just get in and play. It can be difficult to play, like you certainly can make mistakes, but overall it's actually not bad at all. So what we actually end up having through here is we've got, and I'll just quickly go through the way it works. We've got objectives, so breach the German defences. We need to destroy 6 German troops to go to the next area. We've got some oops, hang on. I've just got some completed objectives. I've got two completed objectives so far. Secondary objective is to clear the tank wrecks, and there's 3 of those. We need to sort of clear these out of the way to then allow these guys to make their way through. So we're trying to clear the way for our armoured forces to then move down along this road. We've got a group that we started with back in through here that have now sort of cleared out some Germans that were inside this area, and we can see that there's another group of Germans hidden down in this area. We've got like a group that's sort of hidden away. We don't know exactly what this is. This is an unknown unit down from this other side. We do actually have some anti-tank, some like Panzerschreck teams back in through here, or a team, anti-tank team. One of the things the game does very well, and I'm actually covering it with my head, it gives you very detailed information about the groups you're looking at, including the enemy groups. And so we can sort of see what they are. Anti-tank team. We can see the members of the anti-tank team, like first gunner, and so contributes 25% morale and 20% accuracy to the unit. So as we kill off these different units, we're getting very specific information about what each member of a team actually does do. Second gunner contributes 25% of accuracy to the unit. The first loader contributes 1 attack to the unit, and the second loader contributes 1 reaction to the unit. Now, these are all aspects of combat, so we'll play a little bit of that out so you can sort of see it. But all of these will have these same sort of things. There's a machine gunner's unit where we've got 25% morale, 25% accuracy. We've got the first loader contributes 1 attack to the unit. We've got the second gunner contributes 25% of accuracy, and then we've got the reaction in through here. So everyone has got a certain thing that they do. We also have a 75mm pack gun hidden in the forest. Now, I say it's hidden because even though we know what it is, the only reason we know what it is because before I started recording this, I did just use this air recon, which has got a 2-turn cooldown. All of these different areas, things you can do through here have got cooldown. So rally is used, restores 50 morale to the target unit. So if we have a unit that is struggling with morale, I can play that, and then 2 turns later I get to do it again. I have also just played the reinforcement, so this is a 3-turn cooldown, and the skill fully restores the chosen unit's crew. So when we start to lose crew members, we can then sort of fill them up using that particular one. And then we also then have tactical bomber. So ready to use. 4 turns is the cooldown. Call for a tactical bomber strike at a target area, 70 accuracy, 30 high explosive attack, 5 armor piercing attack. So that would be fairly good at clearing out this sort of region. We may do that just so you can sort of see that one in action. But when we have a look at this pack gun, the anti-tank gun back and through here, in fact, if I hover over that one, it'll sort of then show that symbol through there. Is it going to show it anywhere else? Not really. No, that's okay. Anyway, we'll just go through. But this one is actually strong. Actually, I'll go through some of the other bits and pieces as well, so you can see just the very simple way that the game actually does things very well. Okay, so we've got 25 morale, 25 spotting for the unit, so that helps with it sort of being able to see different things. And you'll notice that as I hover over it, there's like a little symbol that appears down through there as well, so we can see exactly what they do. 25% accuracy for the first gunner, the first loader, 1 attack to the unit. The second gunner contributes 25% accuracy to the unit as well, and then the second loader contributes 1 reaction to the unit. Now, what actually happens with each of these things is if we fire at these and it's got reaction points available, it will then fire back. By default, the units will actually have 2 shots, except if their first loader is killed off or is a casualty, it will then only have 1 shot. So this is sort of how the game does work. You'll have as many reactions as you get fired upon, as long as you have that reaction ability. So that's what we can see at this point in time. So we now need to move in with the troops that we have available through here. And we've got different types of troops as well. So we can actually have a look to see, like for example, these guys in here have just moved in. They've still got 1 shot. That little green symbol next to them up through there is just saying, yep, you've still got 1 more shot left. You can sort of move in. Let's have a look and see some of these units. What would be the most interesting? We do actually have a sniper back in through here, which has actually fired. We've just cleared out this area from the Germans. So in this turn, they've actually just fired both their shots, but can still actually start to move. Now, we're going to be needing to get eyes on this area for the units to then sort of start to move through. So we need to start moving quickly forward. So if I move this one forward, you'll notice that there'll be some changes. Oh, hang on.
Changing position.
It's changing position. It was set up to actually attack other units. All right, so we've now sort of got this one done, and we no longer have. Look, you'll notice that there's this one can fire twice, but still got foot movement for the machine gunner as well. I'll just start to move the machine gunner pretty down towards the road.
Moving.
And so it will then sort of move its way down through. So let's maybe just pick a unit that has got its whole turn up through here. These are scout units. Sorry, I said before it was unlimited reaction. It's actually 3 reaction. So let's have a quick look at these guys. I won't go through again. It's got the same sort of deal in through here. Like this soldier here, for example, contributes 20% high explosive attack, 20% armor piercing attack, and 10% spotting to this unit. Now, we don't have any armor piercing attack with a scout unit, but these are fairly good. They've got a few little extra things that they can do. So, for example, they can move, they can attack, but there's nothing inside its attack area. The red line is it's actually what it can actually target. If there was an enemy inside this area, that it could target anything inside there. You'll notice that it can't target through terrain. So, for example, like the forest that we're sort of seeing through here, it can fire into the forest but not beyond it. And again, it's cool to be able to see this. We can also do the same thing from the perspective of the enemy. Now that we've sort of identified them, you can see that this gun can fire a long distance. So once our vehicles get to here, we have to be very, very careful at that point. Now, we may lose track of these at some point. What I might do is I might just carpet bomb this one. We'll actually hit that group there, I think.
Start the bombing run.
All right, we did do 1 graze on this one, which actually has now somehow got it floating in the air. I no idea why it's doing that. It's slowly settling down. It's in the tree. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You can do it. That'll do. I'm happy enough with that, I think. Get that angle right, guys. Get that angle right. There we go. I don't know why it's done that. Anyway, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's it's tree. The trees are on fire, but it's been able to just lodge itself just deftly on the side there to be able to then do things. Now, so with that attack that we just did, we can then see a few other little things have now come back up. So in this case, they have actually lost their main commander, killed in action. This unit is without a commander. It loses 25% morale and 25% spotting. So its morale is already down. It's going to have trouble actually seeing units because of that. Now, the AI tends not to make use of these sorts of reinforcement type things. I wouldn't reinforce that one yet, but it's sort of on the way. So that one has been damaged. Didn't do any damage to this other one that was inside in here. But anyway, we did do some damage to that, which is good. So that's at least a sort of a bit of a start. But they've still got the crew is still there. I don't know if it'll sort itself out, settling down at some point. But anyway, we'll just leave that one where that is. So back to our scouts, back in through here. So what we see is we've got 2 attacks at this point in time. We've got 3 reactions. In fact, what we may be able to see with that one that is actually injured is you can see through there the spotting is now gone to 12. So it's 12 with -3 commander lost back and through there. So it's telling us what's going on in that instance. It does. This one does a lot of armor-piercing attack. It does 24 high-explosive attack. If we compare that to, for example, a machine gunner, the machine gunner does 60 high-explosive, which is good against infantry. And this one here has got like a spotting of 16. And it does actually have, it's camouflaged 5 because it's a machine gunner and +2 because it's inside a trench. So it does actually have that one. This one is in forest. Camouflage actually is not going to help us at all, so that's actually okay. Maybe it's because it got damaged. Some of the other units that we'll have, like this one is, for example, what have we done through here? Yeah, it's in an exposed position because we moved it into here to clear out the trenches. So our units are all pretty good at this point in time. Anyway, that's what these all are in through here, is the accuracy, the damage or the attack value against soft targets, against hard targets, the attack range, the spotting ability of the actual unit itself, and then the camouflage. So scouts are going to have a much better ability at spotting. For example, it's got 2 extra than just a rifleman. Riflemen also have a range of 5. It's important to know these sorts of things, but these have just cleared out this location. So this is 5 for riflemen, -5 because they've had to move into an exposed position to clear out the trench, but they're inside the trench, which gives them another +2. So that's sort of how that one is essentially working. I really like this. You can see there that we've actually had we've used up one of its attacks in through here, and we've used up one of its reactions as well, just moving it into that position there. We can't move it anywhere else. Let's get these guys that can still move. I'll move these down probably across and get them into that tree line, even though they can't really do much initially. They've both moved. I think everyone else actually now moved that we needed to actually move, except you can see down through here as well. We have still some abilities for them to hit, but then we've got the various things that have all got the little foot symbol, except for this one here. What is that? The one saying that it can't actually move.
Tank standing by.
I think it's just they're locked in, that's all it is.
Tank ready.
Let's move across beyond these.
I see light coming out of that farmhouse yonder. Could potentially be the enemy's field HQ, or even their munitions stockpile. Either way, if Fritz is having himself a Nazi party in there, then I want it busted.
Okay, looks like another objective that's come back up as well. Destroy German troops. So there's German troops inside here, which we're going to have to clear out as well. I might just rotate this around a little bit just so we can sort of see it a bit more clearly. So that will be something we'll need to get eyes on. We have to be careful where we are. I can, if there's a concern about what's going on there, I can just try firing with that unit into suspected locations. I do actually have a suppression fire. So let's actually just see what happens if we do a suppression fire. Whoops. WASD, just to move across. Okay, cleared out the terrain. I like that about this game as well, that it's got deformable terrain. And again, you know, these different units have got different things that they can do as well with their different, you know, they've got smoke grenades, they've got the ability to scout. These are scout vehicles. 24 high explosive attack, 90 armor piercing. Fairly effective. Spotting is 14, which isn't fantastic. These have actually then got like top armor, front, and then sort of the side and rear armor as well, which we have to contend with. So facing is important. Let's move this one down a bit closer. So it's almost like an armoured car. And I can actually change the facing of units. At this stage I'm pretty secure here. They can't really reach where these guys are. But I can do another shot into here, for example. Just to suppress anything that might be there. That's just used up the attacks, both attacks there.
Prepare to move out.
Okay, this is the Centaur. Again, just glancing down, pretty even with both sides. The other one that we've got a Sherman. which is very good anti-tank, and then we have another Cromwell, which is a bit more anti-tank than the other one. But let's just move this one across. This one's got good anti-personnel abilities. And I don't know if I should. I can actually fire there. I can't quite reach that. So if there is something in here, yeah, maybe we just do a suppression fire here. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is very, very cool. The way the game actually does do this destructible terrain. It's yeah, they should be commended for what they've done with that.
Repositioning.
Yeah, we're going to be wanting to clear these out as well. That's one of the objectives that we've got. Just move that in behind it. And then that's all of our units done. We can then sort of just move forward at that point. So we'll end our turn here.
Our turn now.
Okay, nothing much has actually happened in through here. We want to get our infantry close-ish to be able to see what's going on. So now we've lost sight of what's here because we no longer have vision there. We did send, as I said before, the air recon in. We'll definitely do that again. That's a scout unit that will be able to, once he breaks through this side, we'll be able to then see what's going on. But we are aware of what has happened in there. Just bring our riflemen across. I could actually keep them also, maybe in the forest here a little bit. So let's just keep to the you know, away from the actual front area for a lot of these things.
Don't get caught in the open.
One forward there.
Riflemen, form up. Marching order. Snipers ready.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time to move through there. But what's good about this is the range. So let's move this one down just as support for the other units. And again, this is another one that struggles a little bit unless there's sort of clear terrain. So we'll just keep on moving that one bit by bit across the other front there. Okay, now we have the next issue through this other side. If I
Here we go.
clear that one.
Repositioning. They're in a jiffy.
Bloody nasty business. Clearing out
That's
the
another
wreckage.
objective we just cleared.
At least now.
Tank standing by.
Now we know that we have to be very careful of here. So I'm going to move the Cromwell up. We've got 65 front armour, but I want to be just supporting you know, aspects of what might happen here.
Tank reporting.
Now, do we want to go in here or not? We know that we've got an objective saying destroy German troops at this secondary location, so we know that there's troops in here. Stuart
Car reporting.
and the Mark III. 30 front.
Tank
One's
ready.
got 40 front. Let's just move across a little bit.
They're in a jiffy.
We do have scouting abilities, so we can. Actually, we can't do it with that one. It's got rotate.
Scout vehicle standing by.
Okay, I'm going to move into here, I think. So we can actually use scout in through here.
Heading there now.
Oh,
Enemy sighted.
yeah, one critical, unfortunately. So they got to. I'll show you the way combat works as well, because that now that we've actually got a target here that we can actually go and hit. So we've got actually, this is a machine gunner that's actually positioned himself in right in here. Now we can see there that if I go and click on the machine gunner, we've now identified it. These have both moved inside the machine gun area, but I can move others up So this one I could move, for example, into there and still get a clean shot myself at that location. At this point in time, I've got a 45% chance of hitting with the Centaur, which is the one that we've got selected. And so if I press the C key, you'll see on the top right, it's got your unit's attack, and it's got the chance for a critical hit is 0%. There's a 14% chance that I'm going to actually just do a normal hit, and there's a 31% chance I'm going to do a graze. And so 55% chance of missing completely. So when we look at the actual, when I hover over it, there's like a reticule that says 45%, and then it's got 1 to 3. That's because critical hit and graze added together is 45%, and then the potential damage that we can then go and do, we can't get anything from the critical, so it's not 1 to 4, it's a 1 to 3. There's a 14% chance we're going to get the hit. So if I press C, I can then see what is causing this calculation. If I just click on C, it's not a toggle, like I can use my fingers and my hands. Look, no hands, and I've still got this information. So it is just a toggle on or off. So final accuracy calculation. So it's all exposed. I love games that do this because it means that you can analyze and learn very, very quickly about the way that the game is played. And so units accuracy, positive multipliers, and we've got negative multipliers in through there. So we've got a base accuracy of 100. There's no positives at all. It's all just negative. So the range is negative 26%. The cover of the enemy is 40%, and the target profile is also 20%. So that's it being a machine gunner will have an extra 20%. The final accuracy then is like 100 times 0.74 times 0.6 times 0.8 is 36. Then the damage modifier calculation is high explosive attack is 60. Final high explosive attack is 60. So there's no other nothing different there other than we see that down the bottom through here, for example. If I do that, I have to. I kept the C. That's good. And so it's essentially got the enemy armor is 10, the building armor bonus is 20, and then total armor is 30. And so we end up with a calculation there, like an arc 10 of 60 minus 30 divided by 50 times 2 over pi. You get a 34% sort of, I guess, a shape there for whether it's going to be critical hit or graze. So if we move into this location into here, I should get a much better shot. These ones here, if I do another shot, I might just do this. If we have a look at this one here, for example, we're getting the base accuracy is high with what it actually does do. There's a 63% chance, again, it's a 23% chance we're going to do 2 damage, 41% that we're going to do 1 damage. And so I might take that one, and then it's saying there that what it does back is actually, it's technically 0, but I don't know if it is. If we just go back across, and we can't really see what's going on. If I go and click on this one,
Standing by.
yeah, we've got 50. This is a 57% chance that they're going to be able to hit back. Actually, there's the enemy return fire down halfway through that calculation. So it's sort of showing that there's really nothing that they can do to hit back. We do have like range, cover, and moving target is sort of affecting this one. So 58 is not terrible. Now we did lose our commander. We're losing spotting, but we've already spotted this one in through here. So there is actually a chance it will hit back, even a 2% chance in through this other side. What I might do is, we do actually have very good armor piercing attack with this one. I might just do it and see if we can damage the building. So let's just go for it.
Off target, readjusting aim.
Now it did hit us, it got deflected, and did reduce our morale slightly. So our morale is dropping down through here. Actually, come up, we've got an exposed position down this other way. Still got one more shot that we can then go and do into this position. So we now got a 70%. We're actually now doing better. Like consecutive shots give us another 10% modifier. Yeah, and we did 1 graze, which takes one of their life points off the actual attack in through there. So that's actually not too bad. Let's move this one up. The fact, again, we can see what's going on through there. So they've lost 1 reaction. So they've actually no longer have reactions. There's going to be 2 units in here. I don't want to get too exposed in here, but I think I'm going to move right into here and then just do some damage.
Burning.
So we've moved in. Negative multipliers. Yeah, we've got still we are doing better. 53% chance of getting some shots into here. The chance we can kill this thing completely. Well, there we go. We brought the building down and basically hit it. So that was 3 hits. The unit has been destroyed, and so that whole building has been destroyed as well. I don't really want to be moving any closer at this point in time. We don't know where else anything else actually is. Still actually have both shots here, so I can do suppressing fire into another of the buildings. I'm maybe assuming it's in here. Let's just do a bit of a shot and see what actually happens in here. We're just guessing where the enemy might be.
Ready to begin reconnaissance.
I can't do the recon with this one, but I can move in a bit closer. Look, I might just take the opportunity.
Move into new position. Scouting ahead.
Yep. Okay. That's nothing else that exposed itself in that instance. So we'll keep where we are. So we are sort of seeing where things are actually happening.
Tank reporting.
That one can't do anything else. There's nothing else down the other side. So there's no more running movement. There's this one here, the Cromwell. Gosh, do we want to move up? Yeah, we can actually.
Repositioning.
So we'll position that one there. That will do us. Back in through this other side. Now, I'm not going to replenish this one. Actually, I still can't yet anyway. I need to wait for something to get injured. But if something does become injured, I will actually then move it back and sort of work with that at that time. Right, so they've all moved. Yeah, no more movement anywhere, so it really is time for us to end our turn. Yeah, it was in there. And it's another machine gunner. So we have been ambushed, but our morale is going down. We did actually smack it back a little bit, but we are in a good position. It's only machine guns. At least it's not... I was a bit worried it may have been like a Panzerschreck, like an anti-tank team. But in this case, it's not. So, it's now our turn. The scout unit doesn't have to now try to pick and choose where anything actually is, because it now knows where everything is. So we know that it's actually in the windmill. And I was just guessing before that it was going to be in there. I didn't know. In this case, there is a 100% chance that they're going to hit me on the way back. But I actually have a 45% chance I'm going to do between 1 and 2 damage. Our morale is 73. Now, we have lost our commander. Let's just keep on doing it.
Mr. Blighters.
We're sort of affecting its morale as well as we hit it. We lost a bit of morale. Down to 72 out of 75, but it can't do any real damage. One graze, so it's still actually in there. This is now being destructive, destructive environment. Again, I love this. This is where the game really does shine. And this is why user-made maps I think are going to be absolutely awesome. Now, what have we gotten through here? I've still got the C thing happening, so we can sort of see that range cover for them is actually the biggest issue for us. We still have a 58% chance of doing some damage, so let's just keep it going. But it's a very simple game.
Nothing but air.
I really do like the look of it. Now, if we get enough firepower, there we go, 2 hits. They lost another 8 morale, so they're actually now really struggling. They're down to 41 with their morale back and through this other side. They've lost nearly all of their commanders, so their accuracy is the only thing that's being impacted back and through here. But they're not going to have much that they can then go and do. They've only got like 1 shot, 1 reaction if they do sort of come back, which means that we can now sort of move into this location with this unit and just finish them off.
Assault gun on the move.
We'll bring it down, and that should be the end of them. Yeah, they're gone. Destroyed.
Next time, send us a party invite, Fritz.
So that's a secondary objective that we now have completed. We do have to be careful of this. Now, we do actually have recon yet again. Let's just see what's happening in here. We know that that's where There may be others around. Let's just maybe hit here.
Air recon's here.
Still sideways. It's crawled up even higher in the tree line there. We're still getting information there. We haven't exposed any other units at this point in time, so we do need to get sort of some of these units where they can actually start to affect the attack. You can see there that we do actually have a problem beyond there. If I move up to 1, 2, can't quite hit that one. I will move up to that location.
They're in a jiffy.
So this has got a range of 10. Has anything got higher range?
Time reporting.
This looks like 12, you know. That's actually not bad.
Tank ready. Here we go.
And I can then just... that's going to be moving. I want to rotate. I want the facing to be that way. I can actually hit this one at 36%. I might as well take it, I guess.
A glancing hit.
Yeah, one graze. That's okay. We've got another shot.
Got them good.
2 hits. That's excellent. This is the Panzer Schreck. We have to be very careful of that one. So our recon is working well.
Tank standing by. Repositioning.
Now we do get the chance to now take out that pack gun with this tank. 40% to do a little bit of damage.
Missed them.
Miss, but we did affect their morale.
Hit nothing but
Another
air.
miss. But every time we hit, every time we fire, we're going to then get better accuracy next time.
Tank standing by.
Now this unit, how far can that one hit? You can get up to that tractor and you can get into here. Okay, and there may be another pack gun. I was hoping to sort of see if there was another one in here that would actually then pick it up. But
Assault gun ready.
65 armor at the front. This has got 40. Ooh. Yeah, so that one there
Tank reporting.
is about as far as
Here we go.
we want to go. We're now at exposed position. But we can't really do much else with that one.
Assault gun standing by.
Now this one has got a range of 10. So I can sort of just get in close. Again, I'll just double check. This one here has got a short range. It's this one here that's the drama for us. So I can actually get to there.
Prepare to move out. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got unknowns. We don't know what they are, but let's just clear out this one here, I guess. It's been demoralised, so it sort of won't do much back.
Ready to begin reconnaissance.
Yeah, it wants to go all the way around. I won't do that.
Heading there now.
Just straight over the top of the sheep. Sorry about that. Is it a pig? It's a pig, I think. So we're in the piggery. One more turn, I can start to do reinforcements.
Scouts, form up.
Now we are seeing, like we can start to see things in through here. They've got the machine gun. The machine gun is now going to be the dangerous thing for these sorts of troops. The machine gun can't quite reach.
Scouts
That's
standing
why that's
by.
safe for us
Moving
there.
out.
Contact.
Oh ho, there we go. We've got another unit there that we've just now spotted. And again, it can't really do much against us. So we might as well bring it up. Now these don't have facings, the actual the infantry, so we'll just leave that one where that is.
Rifle squad standing
Start
by.
to bring these through as well.
For king and country. Get
It's
ready to
as I said before, it's a very simple game in the way that it sort of does work.
form up. Don't get
Like
caught
it's
in the
not
open.
complex, and it does a good job of what it does do. You know, so it's a game that
On the way.
it's very fun to play. It's very quick and easy to get into. So yeah, even though I think that the random maps could be better, but the execution of them, the actual maps themselves are great, because the whole style of the map is to have this. Oh, there we go. The pig has disappeared now, which is good. It's funny in the previously that they used to fly. Oh, there we go. We've got mortars. Yeah, that's something we haven't seen before. So this is inside the range of the mortar.
Shotgun ready. Burning these.
And we can then just rotate. Okay, well, luckily we saw that. So that's the range there of the mortars. Okay, cool. So that's what we're aware of with that one. All of our units, we do actually have
Now reporting.
this unit that can move up, which we won't. So we'll end our turn there. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this one.
Our turn now.
All right. I forgot about that one could actually reach us. So,
Tank reporting.
now with this one through here again, if I hover over this one and attack it, you can see there we've now got consecutive shots, so giving us a 20% hit on this one. We've got 67% chance of doing some damage, so let's go and take it. Bang, one graze there. That's good. 73% now, so 30% with consecutive shots,
Target hit.
and 2 hit. It's down to one. One unit that's actually left there. It's just their second gunner. So their accuracy is still high-ish, but not much else. They've got one shot, essentially, that they can do things. This scout unit has suffered 2. I can now replenish units. So we have to be careful with what we're doing here.
Form up. Double file.
Enemy.
Okay, we have now... Yeah, we've seen these before. We know that there's a mortar back down that way.
Tank ready.
I should have checked the stats on the mortar. Just move up.
Enemy
There we go.
destroyed.
So that one's out. We know that this one was injured.
Advancing
Okay,
hit.
there's another graze there. And again, we can go in and specifically see this is the second gunner, so it loses 25% accuracy when it fires.
Tank standing
We
by.
can just move back again.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Tank
we do have the Panzer Shrek there. Let's just move up to this location.
Repositioning. Miss them.
Yeah, we're not getting...
Advancing hit.
Got another graze on it. Now that just did destroy it. And I knew we were close with that. Let's just move this one back.
They're in a jiffy.
And again, just rotate around.
Scout vehicle standing by.
Yeah, we know that there's another one right there, and we want to be doing the damage here. So I'm going to move in to this location, I think. In fact, technically, I can actually fire suppression fire into here. Might do that. We're not getting any detail that came back, and that uses up both our shots.
Standing by.
Let's move this one up.
Assault gun on the move.
It's got a bit more armour than the others. And we'll just change our rotation. And we'll keep this one actually sort of in this range.
Prepared to move out.
So you've got 30% there, unknown there. But this is actually where we need to be focused, essentially. So I think I'll just do some damage on this one that we can see.
Reload. We'll get him next
Morale goes down.
shot. Missed. Not even a graze.
More morale. Alright, that's fine. They've all essentially moved.
Scout squad reporting. Moving out.
Move that one around to this side.
Rifle squad standing by. Marching order.
Move that one across.
Show us where you need us.
Need to bring this one in. This is very, very long range. It's like it's 10, but it's going to be very useful. Also, just with its spotting ability, just to help out with the tanks.
MG squad awaiting orders.
Just keep this
Moving.
one rolling forward as well. Okay, we'll end our turn there. We still have movement with our tanks, but we can't really sort of move. Yeah, maybe we could.
Tank standing by.
Let's get them moving.
Here we go. Ready to begin reconnaissance. Moving to new position. Scouting ahead.
Let's just see what happens. I won't play for much longer.
Tank ready.
This one is firing at long range. It's not very good against soft targets, which is sort of what we have next.
Repositioning. They're in a jiffy. Here we go.
Just do it that way. That'll do us. We'll end our turn there. It's not really hurting us.
Turn now.
There we go. Now we've seen them. So we sort of wanted to expose that position. Nothing else is firing at us, which is good.
Assault gun ready.
33%. But I could start to sort of move in a bit closer with some of these. Let's just see how we go.
Let's go. Can only nick 'em.
2 grazes, that's good, that's half of it down. Another 2, that's destroyed it. Okay, so that's gotten rid of a lot of their long range abilities.
Scout car reporting.
Now we're seeing that there's danger for us in here, but I can move to here and then still do things.
Off target. Readjusting aim.
Missed.
Only clip them.
1 graze. I think that's just a rifle squad there.
Tank reporting. Repositioning.
Again, we'll just stay on the outside of that danger zone. Really should get rid of this.
A glancing
Again,
hit.
another graze. That's good. It's down to half its abilities.
Target done away.
And there we go. That's destroyed that one. And you can see there that was the danger for everything coming back through.
In a jiffy.
That one's still got a bit of a range there.
Tank standing by. Repositioning. Missed them.
Missed.
Hit nothing but air. Tank reporting.
I'm targeting this one because we can then start to bring the
A glancing hit.
infantry back in. So we got rid of one of their units, but there's still their morale has gone down a fair bit. So they're sort of they are struggling morale wise.
Scouts, form up.
Now I can move across. This one's already down to 3.
The king and country.
I can fire from there. I think I'll try this. There will be. I think it's still got reaction. Yeah, it's still got all of its reaction left. Can we do something with the sniper?
Snipers ready.
No, not quite.
Snipers moving out.
And this guy's
Machine
really not
gunners
going to be able to do
reporting.
much at all. Need to bring him along. So if we're going to push this, and I think I'll end it with this turn actually, but I'll move across to here, trying to get some suppressing fire down. I've still got this as well that can actually do suppressing fire from here. Maybe we'll start with this.
On the move.
And just see if we can do more damage here. Yeah, we did another one there. It has been demoralised. It is firing back though, and did do one graze. We can still keep on firing at it. Still got, I think it's still got a reaction as well.
No luck hitting that target.
And we just lost another unit there, another graze.
Rifle squad standing by.
Let's keep on moving
Get ready
across.
to move.
Its morale is down to 30, so it's very, very low.
Scout squad reporting. Don't get caught in the open.
So we're now essentially in some foliage. But it's not going to help us much. Another 2 down. That's very, very useful. And it's now fleeing its position. So it's now moving down into here. And there we go. We've killed that one off as it ran. So its morale dropped enough for us to take that one on. Let's keep on moving forward.
For king and country.
Now there is a shot there. This can also fire back to this position. Don't have anything. I'm going to clear that one out by other means. So
Rifleman,
I'm
form
going to
up.
move straight up
Double file.
with these. They won't get the shot down into the area, but we can then now just leapfrog up beyond the others.
Rifle squad standing by.
So we'll keep these moving as well. Probably really should fix up. That one's actually okay. Like it's still got 3. Everything else is actually okay there. So I will actually use this reinforcement, and I'll just fix up this one in here.
Fresh troops have arrived.
So we just get 2 more crew coming back into that one. We can do more air recon, but I'd sort of like, this is actually, I'll finish off this portion, then it will expose, and in fact, this may be the end of the map. I think there's still more. I feel that there's more that we have to then go and do. So let's just, we've still got 31 turns. So this will then just open the map up for us once we actually clear this one out. We'll do that as part of what we're going to be doing in this scenario. So the map will then expose itself beyond what we've got through here. So yeah, we've got 1 more German troop to destroy.
Assault guns standing by.
37%,
Tank ready.
43%. There we go. That'll do us.
Hit nothing but air. Miss them. Scout vehicle standing by. Mr. Blighters.
Its morale is dropping, and is still helpful.
Only clip them.
1 graze. There we go. A little bit of damage done.
Tank ready. Hit nothing but air.
So we'll definitely clear these out. There we go, another graze. It's been now demoralised. So when they're demoralised, it sort of is now becoming, very, very tricky for them to continue fighting. Yep. So we're causing them pain here.
They're in a jiffy. Miss them. Enemies withdrawing.
Should be enough to get them to run. There they go. They are fleeing. So our guys here have still got an attack. I want to get back up on the road.
Tank reporting.
I'm going to move that one off to the side.
Here we go.
Assault
This
gun
one.
ready.
Into here.
Burning. Demolished.
That's the last objective.
Jerry's ambush is nothing more than a minor bump in the road on our way north. Fall in behind me, chaps. The end of this war beckons at the end of our push into Holland. And then, Berlin. We're due at Arnhem in 4 days, where the 1st Airborne will be awaiting our relief at the bridgehead over the Nieder Rhine. along with a bloody lot of Jerrys pinning them down there. Time is already against both our paratrooper pals and us, so he'd best not dilly-dally any longer. Onward!
That's how it's done, lads.
Oh, that was it. I thought we still had a bit more exposing of the map to be done. So there we go. That was pretty cool. Primary objectives, secondary objectives, new unit. So we end up getting a Cromwell. Mentioned dispatches. There we go. So that's actually very, very good. It was pretty easy actually for me, so I probably should really change the difficulty up. But let's just finish the operation. That's pretty cool. I like that you can do this as you go as well. Finish the operation. And then that will then, there we go, we've got a little Steam achievement, so mentioned dispatches for Market Garden. And so we now get to the next one, which is actually going to be more of a city fight. It's the liberation of Eindhoven, back in through here. I love the look of this too. It just looks beautiful. Like for war games, you don't often get good-looking war games, and but this one, it does look good. It's very, as you can see again, the grid system is just extremely functional. I sort of normally am critical of tile systems rather than hex systems, but in this case, it just, you don't really notice that I mean, you do notice it's tiles, but it doesn't get in the way of what the units are doing. Like it's a very pure game, but you know, it doesn't actually. For me, would it be better with hexes? Maybe, but not dramatically so. Anyway, I hope this has been a helpful sort of, actually we've got things like manage units and stuff like that, so we can actually go through. I won't do all that one, but you can sort of assess that, you know, we've got different things we can then go and do with our units, sort of like, upgrading different things. We've got a few level ups. When we get heroes, we can attach them to different portions as well. We've got the riflemen running through here, scouts. Looks like we can do some level ups. Anyway, I won't go through how these all work. But it's a very, very nicely polished game in this sort of sense. Very simple, very easy to get into. Certainly, I would have to say one of the best entry-level war games that you can possibly get. So if you're thinking you may enjoy war games, this is definitely a good choice. Because it is very, very approachable. It's very easy to learn and understand. So you know, even things like this, for example, telling you what they can do, like it's got a low profile, it's athletic, so this unit can climb over various obstacles such as walls, can enter buildings. So you get all these different little abilities all the way through. If you just go down to some of the tanks we've got, like this Cromwell, for example, it's funny, it's showing that there. Do the others show that? Don't know why it would have. It does highlight. Yeah, this one's got clear rec. Oh, sorry, this is the rifleman we got selected back over through there, as just from this other side that we have. So we got the shopping that we can then go and do. We've got 580 to spend in this instance, for example. So we can get, like, for example, a quarter pound, a 25 pounder in through there. We've got different aspects we can actually sort of bring into what we're doing. Can't quite afford any of these. We do have to, if we've got replacements, we're going to have to sort of buy replacements, but we don't need to do that one as such. So yeah, we've got this is what we're seeing over this other side. The others, the Cromwell itself has got these over this other side in through here. But it's a very, very nice little game in the sense of what it does do. So anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.